energy into both titans at once, putting him under incredible strain. His personal shield suddenly winks out. The Master Artificer is now vulnerable. Fools!
So be it. Let's see if you're faster than fate. Too bad I can't corrupt you as I did the archives. Very well. I will deal with you myself. You pick up the codex page the devils were using to transform the archons.
Hi everyone, Aldbar here, and welcome to my live stream. Here you can ask your DDO questions, ask for DDO demonstrations, and ask for DDO advice. So please be my guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Enjoy! Well, finally made it to level 34, so now I'm at cap. And now comes the grind, where you got to work on all the items. Little by little, I'm trying to piece together all of the different things. So yeah, one of the other things I need to piece together is my Reaper points. This is my main character, and he just made it to 29 Reaper points, which is not a lot. But hopefully, as I increase my gear, I should be able to do higher and higher Reapers and get more XP. So the final thing I need to do is I need a flag for the raid, Curse of Strahd. And for that, I need to do Barovia. So I guess we'll try to do Barovia. Maybe we'll try it on R3, and if it gets too hard, we'll drop it down to R2. If it's too easy, we'll bump it up to R4. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, flagging is when the game gives you a list of quests you need to complete before you can move on to the next thing. So it's like a objective that you'll have to complete first before you can move on. So that's what we're doing. Start with R3 and see what happens. If I die too fast, we'll bump it down.
You stumble through the thick mists.
Okay, should be good enough.
In the grass near the abandoned cart. From down the road, you hear the sound.
You have the option at the beginning to fight all the wisps by themselves or fight them at the end.
You hear howling in the distance.
I think I'll fight them at the end. You fight less wisps at the end.
Why would someone put so many scarecrows to guard a road in the middle of the forest? What do these straw men keep away?
Okay, let's get ready to buff. Fire and electric I should take. Yeah, let's take all of them. Sonic, cold, acid. Okay, Madstone Rage. And Barbarian Rage. I'm going to go for the wisps first. They're the worst. Actually, it's a Fear Reaper. Still kind of new to Reaper, so I need to remember the priorities in every case. What do you have to go after first? So, champions, Reapers, casters, so far seems to be their priority. Casters means monsters who cast spells and do a huge amount of damage if you're not careful.
crow clatters to the ground.
Okay.
As you recover, you
Anything else?
realize you
Oh,
hear noise from up the road to the
you gotta
east.
clear all the wolves before you can pass. Open the gate, and we're done. Let's go. I missed how much XP that was. See? 2,200. Not great, but it wasn't too hard, so. It wasn't too easy either, so. I guess we're gonna do everything on R3. We'll try.
What's the first thing I remember? It must be Papa, calling out my name. Irina! He'd shout whenever I wandered too far away from his side. When I was little, I thought he was just being silly. Now I know what he felt. He was afraid.
Yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. Anyway, so yeah. Right now, I don't actually get any quest XP because I'm already at maximum legendary XP, but I can get Reaper XP. So, I'm going to be doing everything on Reaper difficulty and try to get as much Reaper XP as possible. I don't want to have anything who's like seriously chance of dying, so just don't feel. Got this convenient teleporter guy. Sends you directly to the quest. Because if not, you'll have to walk around this massive, massive, massive outside zone. Huge. Takes about 5 minutes to run across this thing. Max speed. I made a recording of it during my intermission. Whatever. Super long. Anyway, Reaper 3, let's try. I believe there was some better gear. Once that I finally get all the stuff, I'll be able to push the Reapers, sure, up to 4. Maybe more than that, but we'll see. This. Yeah, basically, I have 4 levels of Bard, who gives me a song, who heals me. And that's basically the main gimmick for my healing. Plus, when I'm in rage, I automatically have ticks of heal from my tier 5 friend's berserker. So, to max out that, I've got my healing amplification. 343 positive healing amplification. So, yeah, we're doing okay. The higher I can get the healing amplification, the more I can get out of those small little ticks from the Bard and from the friend's berserker.
Here we are. You spot something in the middle of
Yeah, in this quest, basically, we find some bones from some kids who apparently died. We're gonna lay them to rest.
We want to rest. Take us to a nice place to rest.
Then we're gonna fight a monster in the basement. This is like a all horror themed this entire quest chain.
It squeaks. You found the secret door. It leads down to the basement where the monster is. Beyond the secret
If you got questions about the quests or anything else, please feel free. See if this guy can disable that without blowing it up. How about this one? Can you disable this one? Come on. This is right there. Guy's crazy. Might be filigrees in here. I don't know for sure. Yes, filigrees. I'm looking for some rare filigrees. Filigrees are like these little things you can add into your weapon and your minor artifact to give you extra power. And I'm looking for rare versions who have even more power on them. So anytime I've got a chance at filigrees, probably should pick it up. Gotta go for the champs first. Okay. Moving on. We've got 3 switches we need to get so we can get into the basement. Hello, greetings, thank you. How are you doing? Today, tomorrow, tonight, whatever it is by you.
Place the bones inside the coffins.
Much better.
The distant voice seems pleased.
We can rest here once you get rid of the monster in the basement.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, everything's doing fine. Had a very, very, very packed week and haven't had time to do any streaming, so. Yeah, I realize if I'm not going to just force myself to do it, it's not going to happen, so here we are. Making sure to get a stream. Sneak it in. I want to be careful. If I go too many days without streaming, I might find it hard getting back into streaming. So yeah. Need to remember to activate my rage at all time, because one of the things that heals me, not only the song. Yeah, okay, so that was the 3 switches we had to pull to get into here. And all this is so we could pick up this key.
On top of the desk, you find a tarnished key.
These are the dead, undead parents of the skeletons that we buried before. Yeah, this whole thing's messed up. Apparently they were doing something with the cult or something. I don't know what was wrong with them. Whatever. Should be an optional check. Again, maybe I'll get a filigree. Yep. More filigrees. Good. There's zombies over there next to the wall that awaken when you get close to them. I'm just trying to avoid conflicts in this quest. Trying to finish it. Basically, least amount of trouble. I only get like the XP at the end, but I do have things who add multipliers to my XP. Traps and stuff like that should help. I mean, disabling traps. So that's what we're going for that. Bit too much damage all at once. Kind of nasty. Unfortunately for me, I don't have the final version of this build set up yet. For multiple reasons, but one of them is for it to work, you need something called armor piercing. Basically, monsters have this thing called fortification, who prevents you from being able to hit them for critical hits. And the build thrives off critical hits, but for it to work, you have to be able to get past their fortification. And until I've got all of that set up, well, I've got to use a different version of the build, the one I'm using right now, which is good, but doesn't really have the ultimate goal yet. I don't know what's up with those hirelings. They're masochistic. I mean, we ran away from the fight, but they're staying to fight. I don't know what's wrong with them.
The sound of
We got a fight here.
echoes from down the hallway. Robed apparitions surround the altar, chanting, "He is the ancient. He is the land." The ghostly chant suddenly changes. "One must die. One must die. Lorgotha Decaya, we awaken thee." The robed figures vanish, and something stirs in the water.
Yeah, hi. First of all, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying yourself at work over there. I usually only have time to watch other people's streams when I'm at work, so I totally get the sentiment. The other thing is, yeah, the Druid Hireling is actually, relatively speaking, very good. I mean, all things considered, still a Hireling, but yeah. Very nice heal, very nice res. I'll show you something about it since I clear out this trash. You look at the character sheet, the buffs. She's actually in double rainbow. That means she's actually using an epic destiny. Unlike basically almost all the other hirelings are not using an epic destiny. She's actually using an epic destiny mantle, so that's a plus right there. Anyway, done. Finish. Let's get out. $10 minutes. Not bad. Like always with hirelings, there's a lot of things that you need to do. I mean, anyone who's just tuning in now, all these characters that I have over here that are walking after me, these are my hirelings. They're taking places of party members. You can have up to 6 people in your party, so instead I don't have party members, I just have hirelings. Okay? And each one of them has a unique job. They're all over here. You can see their shortcut bars at the center and the bottom. I can tell them to stop, play, stand in a certain place, pull a lever, and there's a whole bunch of different things I can tell them to do. Anyway, so there's different things you can use to increase the power of these hirelings. It says hireling above its head. Yeah, so like augmented summoning. an ability who adds +4 to all of their ability stats, and a whole bunch of other things. If I properly buff them, give them heals and a whole bunch of other things that can make a huge difference. Old bone grinder. Here's another one of those messed up quests. Most of these quests are kind of messed up. I mean, the storyline at least.
Voices, ragged and carping, come from the other side of the windmill. Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes wait in a line. An indistinct murmur passes among them at the sight of an outsider. The rest of these peasants are unlikely to leave. They stare sullenly, spitefully at you.
Yeah, so these peasants are here for the mill to buy pies, and apparently the content of the pies is very suspicious. It's made by a bunch of hags. So now we're going to try to find evidence against these, well, what's going to turn out to be hags.
With the moon full and all.
A wolf howls in the distance. Its cry echoed first here, then there. The wind whispers treacherously among the upper boughs.
Yeah, so there's like 3 different pieces of evidence. One of them is fixed. It's always in the same location, so we're going to start with that. The top of this center hill. Yeah, I find this urn. And this urn apparently...
Those are not pebbles filling the urn between the megaliths. They are human teeth.
Yeah, so one piece of evidence we just found. Doesn't look very good. Okay. Now we gotta find some more. There's a chunk of something hanging around. Yeah. The third one can be very annoying to find, yeah. It's a shame there's not like some kind of clear indication of how to find it, like what to trigger it or anything. It's just like either you find it or you don't. It drives me crazy. Truth is, I'm not a huge fan of the whole horror theme. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I'm not like enjoying it because of it. So I like more light-hearted or light-looking quests. So when it's just dark and gloomy, I don't know. It's not as fun. Well, found the second piece of evidence. Got the sidetracked over here. Got to clear out all this trash before I get the trouble. That's probably what's going to happen, yeah. Well, here's the second piece of mangled
This
corpse.
corpse is nearly beyond recognition, so savagely has it been mangled by wolves.
Could clear out more of the trash around this place, but why take risks? It's not necessary. Carnage Reaper over there. And now we start with the werewolves. Yeah, trash keeps on spawning in, so, and it gradually gets harder. And now we have to fight the boss, and my hireling's dead. Two Reapers, a boss, whole bunch of trash, great. Can't imagine trying to fight this guy without the silver piercing, whatever it is. Bypassing the damage reduction. Yeah. Depending on the type of weapon you're using, different creatures have damage reduction against your damage, so werewolves require silver. My weapon's got basically everything on it, because I stacked it. Let's get this one. You can res this one. And this one. Okay, we found her. Here's a third piece of evidence. The third piece of evidence talks and tells you actually what happened.
The ghost's story appears to be true. If so, then the women of the windmill are not what they appear to be, nor are their pies.
Yeah, so we find out the grim truth about what's going on in this windmill over here, and the pies that they're selling.
Gantha addresses the gathered peasants from up on the wooden platform.
Be off already! Shoo!
She says,
We've no more pies. How many times must I tell you?
Morgantha looks down at you.
You poor misguided soul. You thought that they did not know?
Of course, all the peasants turn on me now, because I'm forbidding them from buying pies.
That's the last of them. Now, for the pie makers within the windmill. Mad cackling comes from upstairs as a dredge climbs, fully formed, out of the bubbling, tarry contents of a cauldron.
So over here we want to fight Morgantha first. I get hit over there with a Plague Reaper. Plague Reapers, what they do is they prevent you from healing for like 4 seconds. It's very important that we get Morgantha first, because if you kill her 2 daughters first, she'll teleport out and she'll fight you outside, and she'll have another helper. Yeah, sorry about all the stuff on screen. You can't see anything. They're all casting a whole bunch of evil magic.
The hags are dead, leaving behind them only the bitter taste of dreams cut short and hope broken.
Yeah, now we can drop down to the bottom. And we can spirit the spirit over here.
All of this, whispers Valentina's ghost.
Take the loot.
Burn it till nothing but cinders remain. Only then will Alec and I be reunited and released.
And now we set this place on fire.
Spreads across the floor,
and we escape.
Filling the windmill with billowing, choking smoke.
Yep.
It is time to go.
Our work here is done. Here they allow you to tell them the details or not, if you want. I don't care. I always take option 1 because it's on the top, and I'm just saying yes, yes, yes. I'm going clicking through the options anyways. Okay, let's recall. Yeah, completing the first part of the quests, first like 3 quests, give me access to this guy. Now that I'm flagged for this guy. Now we get to face off Strahd. Castle Ravenloft. Invitation to dinner. It's one of those huge quests. I am going to do R2 for this quest, just because it's that long. I just don't feel like dying at the end of it. Okay, this, whatever her name is over here, it's going to give me she's a fortune teller. She's going to give me my fortune. In other words, she's going to tell me what are my objectives in this quest, because this quest has like 8 different versions to it. And based on the cards she'll draw, she'll tell you like, you need to step 1 do this, step 1, step 2 do that, whatever. And that's your fortune, so to speak.
Madam Eva's words echo in your mind.
Great, we got the miss.
A trap. A friend. But will you know which is which when you find it?
We start with leaving all of them here, and we're going to do the skip. Radin over here, the guy who works for Strahd, sends me in for a meeting.
bells of organ
And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to
determination
escape
and
this room.
despair greet your ears and fill the corridor ahead. As you step into the dining hall, the music abruptly halts. A stern, regal man turns to face you. Please, come in, my honored guests. I am of
Okay, I've escaped.
Count Strad von Zarovich.
Now everybody can follow me.
Strad's laughter echoes
You
across
three.
the hall, and his form dissolves into
There's your
mist.
card.
The door slams.
Arcanist, Hall of Bones. Yeah, and the quest has officially started. So we're going down to the basement to Hall of Bones. I guess we're gonna have to fight these guys. Probably could have used invisibility and ran past them without aggroing them. But once I've already aggroed them, they're going to give me a dungeon alert. Slow me down, so got to get rid of them. Gargoyles protecting this hall. So yeah, to the right over here is the door where Strahd is, and we've escaped. And now let's head to the basement. Basement's one up from the dungeons, I think. Let's work our way up. Yeah, this place is a one gigantic, massive castle, and you get to explore it if you want. There's so many different places where you can go. It's crazy. I mean, if you think the pit is big, this one's way bigger. Like, way bigger. Fortunately, you don't have to do everything. You just have to complete the objectives. There's only like 3, so it's not that many overall. See if my Harling can find the trap here. Let's take Darling and buff him with this guy. Again, because if he can disable any of these traps, that would be good. Nice. Yeah, Hall of Bones is this direction. We might have to fight one of those annoying shadow things. It's the worst. Yep. There it is.
There is the icon of Ravenloft, glittering in the light. As you draw near, a chill passes over you. This treasure is not unguarded.
I still find Reapers kind of stressful. The fact that if I mess up or something terrible goes wrong, I can't just like recall and re-enter because it's locked, is one of the major things that, well, a major sticking point for me. I do have some Cybery Spirit Cakes in my inventory, but whatever. I'd rather not have to get to that. Oh, who didn't we kill yet? Oh, more trash. These banners on the ceiling are making it very hard to see camera angles. of course, to kill the hireling that I care about the most, the one who can heal. To be honest, I don't really need all of these hirelings, but it does make life easier when they're there as a distraction. As bait. Okay, should be able to pick it up now.
A sense of peace washes over you as you hold the icon of Ravenloft in your hands and stow it securely in your pack.
Okay, and now second objective is ally card, Priest Chapel, second floor. So let's go to the second floor. Yeah, if you don't know the layout of this place, this could be a real big nightmare. There's 3 different spiral staircases, and it can be very confusing. Entrance. And we need to get to the second floor. Should say, yeah. Second floor, level 2. Court and account.
Dusty scrolls and tomes line the walls.
Collectible here.
The desk dominates the room. Sitting there is an elderly man scratching away with quill at paper. He ignores you.
Over here, I think it's this hole, yeah.
In his work.
All the way to the second, all the way to the end of this floor and we find the chapel. I got attacked with Ghoul's Touch over there. Frozen place, had to use my Harper pin. Okay. I don't know what this guy's doing here. Can't have him following me though. Some of these undead zombies, when you kill them, they drop arms who then fight you. Okay. And here we found Esmeralda.
You have found an ally within Ravenloft. If Esmeralda had not told you of the ward barriers around the castle and the keystone needed to escape them, finding the icon of Ravenloft would be all for naught.
Okay, so basically now we know where to go. Death card, the mists, is find a keystone in the study fireplace on the 3rd floor. So we're on 2nd floor. We have to go up the 3rd floor. Let's do that. Go back the way we came and get into the staircase and go up a floor. There are tons of shortcuts and secret doors and passageways that lead all over this place. And even worse than that, there's a lot of different connections between different floors that don't really make sense. I think one of these takes you to like the basement. To like doesn't really calculate, but whatever. Whoops. Fell down the floor, sorry. Level 3, rooms of weeping. Yes, there's a big brazier fireplace thingy, and behind it's a secret door. Oh, Strahd. Here comes the rat. On Reaper difficulty, anytime there's any monster on screen, there's a chance it will spawn a Reaper. Either when it spawns in or when it dies, so... yeah. Go this way into the library. Should be behind this. Oh, actually, here it is. Secret hiding
You
place.
find the ward keystone under a loose stone slab, just as Esmeralda promised. Merely touching the stone should allow you to pass through the wards at the main entrance.
Okay, now escape through the main entrance. Death card. We can either walk back or use Dimension Door. And we're going to be attacked by 4 black dragons, so... this is going to be exciting. Let's resurrect our guy first. Every time I want to resurrect him, I have to first unrage. Get that. And this. I'm going to rebuff. The reason I'm doing that tumble thing every time I cast a bard song is because it takes time, and if you do that tumble, it like cancels out the animation. So acid, I don't know, whatever. I might find one of them as a champion. Sonic resistance. Okay, you guys all can take this. I'll take one of these. Dimension Door, here we come.
Just as the way out comes into sight, you sense movement above you. Strahd isn't done with you yet.
Well, that was fast. They killed him super fast. These guys got almost 250,000 hit points each. Fun fact, it was running this quest on Reaper 2 together with my buddy Yeshom while playing the quick stick build was what triggered me wanting to try to play to make the, what's it called, Phoenix build. I already had the idea for the Phoenix build before, but what made me make my main into the Phoenix build was this. I was doing this quest, and we died. And the frustration actually drove me into trying to do the Phoenix build. Here come the second pair of dragons. Glad you don't have to fight all 4 of them at the same time. That'll be a little bit too much. And this is why I didn't want to do Reaper 3. Last thing I need is to die to this Reaper 3. And we won. Yeah, let's see how much XP we get for this.
With the keystone in hand, you step through the castle wards on
3,000 Reaper XP, that's it.
bags. Sure enough, the icon of Ravenloft is still there.
Well, we got the lore field
With a
braces.
sigh of relief,
The other
I
filigree.
wonder if you will cross paths with Esmeralda again.
Well, we're out of here. How long did this one take? 16 minutes, not bad at all. You can be stuck in this quest for an hour and a half sometimes. It's terrible. And let's go back to base. And with this we conclude chain 1 of Barovia. Talking to the characters who gave me the quests and taking my rewards. There we go. Let's repair. Anything that doesn't have two colored slots on it is getting sold. Got a lot of named loot. Got to sift through it later. Yeah, some of it is for like crafting later, because this is like low level stuff, and I'm considering maybe some of it turning into legendary. But yeah, some of it's going to be sentient food, definitely. That's exactly the thing. I need to compare it versus what I already have. If I already have one of it, I'm not going to feed it. If I have it already, the one that I found might be better than the one that I have. So for that, you have to go to the bank. So, and yeah. You like this? This fire splitter's got mythic +2. This one doesn't. So the one who doesn't is going to be eaten. This belt and this belt. I know I have both of them already, and neither of them have mythic. These boots don't have mythic, and these boots do. So this pair of boots I'm going to have to put in the bank and see if I have a better pair. But the other one is definitely going to be eaten. Let's do that. Yeah, this is my sentient weapon, and I'm feeding it sentient XP. So we had clothes, right? Both belts don't have anything on them. They don't have mythic on them, which is very rare. And this one doesn't have the +1 on it. The other one we're going to check and compare it to what we have in the bank. There we go. Clean out some space. Where's this thing? Mailbox. They have been noted. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second location. Blue Water Inn. And here we start the second chain. Yeah, this patron over here. I don't know what he gives me for tier 1, but whatever. Oh, and we start with Argenwell's Halt. I don't know who made up these names. I guess we're going to go back to trying this on R3. Reaper 3, casually called R instead of Reaper, for reasons I don't know. We've got this beacon we need to alight, and that's our main objective. To do that, we first have to find this dragon skull and place it in a certain place to turn on the light. And to get into a certain room, we're going to have to first defeat a revenant who's protecting it. And to defeat the revenant who's protecting it, we first have to get like 3 switches to allow us to approach him. So, easy. Let's do that.
The mansion looks abandoned, yet according to what you've been told, the Order of the Silver Dragon still guards this place, bound by an oath that not even death...
There'll be a bunch of bats in this room, in this hallway. Never mind, we'll stick to the left. We don't want to fight everyone. Oh, I got stuck over there. Oh, apparently if you're not using your weapon and you're fighting with your hands, you don't do as much damage. And that should explain everything. I was surprised to say I was doing pretty good just by using my hands. Anyway, so here's 3 switches. Switch number 1. That was a switch upstairs. Now there's 2 more downstairs. So yeah, this abandoned place, which is now full of phantoms and undead. And a tower full of harpies, so... Still have some inhabitants, but the normal inhabitants left. Okay. Based on the way it's going right now, I probably could bump this up to R4, but probably not worth the amount of stress. So I've made the mistake many times before in DDO where I tried to take on a difficulty level that was a little bit too hard for me, and I ruined the experience for myself for no reason. So try to avoid doing the same mistakes twice. Okay, so that was 2 switches. And the final room. Let's go get the 3rd one. Here, Reaper. It's got to go first. And more Reapers. Great. Plague Reaper, Carnage Reaper. And a, what's it called? Well, he's dead now, so. A, champion. There's an optional chest, but I don't feel like doing. Just move this mirror. So basically, you'll bounce the light coming from there. It'll hit the tower and go up. Never been able to pull the switch on this wall without killing all this trash because they would hit you with so many arrows. Oh. I'm just giving up ahead of time. Let's clear out the trash first and we'll move on. I said that and immediately almost tried to pull the lever. Okay, here we go. Pull the lever. Got all three. Let's go back to the start. This time I'm going to go up upstairs on the other side. Now open up the way. Here we go. Here's the three switches we've opened up, and this is the passageway up. There's a potential secret door here who can save you walking around. Let's see if I can get it. Yep, got it. Nice.
Slumped in the throne is a gaunt, armored figure. Without looking up, it says simply,
Go away.
The Revenant shakes his head.
Yeah, he's gonna fight me now. Him and everybody in the room.
Light has vanished. His beacon will never shine again.
We'll go for all the champions first. Champions are these characters who have these like little crowns above their heads with a title, other than just a name, like a special name, and they have extra special abilities. Each one, depending on its name, has a unique special ability. Some of them are like harder to deal damage to, some of them deal more damage to you. Some of them are kind of negligible, you can just ignore them, but whatever. On Reaper, it all makes a difference.
The Revenant falls, once again nothing more than a lifeless corpse.
And now we've got the
On
key.
his body you find a large silver key. Engraved on the key is the name Argynvost.
Argynvost. The name of this thing says Argynvost Halt, but whatever. And now we can go and activate the... Well, put the skull in place. So yeah, we need to aim these mirrors down the hall at each other.
Tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery. An impressive mausoleum stands in one.
Yeah, so now the light's going to bounce off this and go down this way. See if we can scoot past this cemetery without activating anything. This thing needs to be pulled once.
In the marble above the outer gate is the name
And now we can use the key on this thing.
You use the silver key you found on the
Activate
command
this.
and the outer gate to Argynvost's mausoleum opens.
Yep.
You place Argynvost's skull inside the mausoleum, and a brilliant light.
Did you know you can get up over here?
Now,
Whatever.
There were only some way to direct the light to the beacon atop the mansion.
I guess they spotted us. We're going to have to fight some of them. Here you got to be careful. If you walk through this beam of light, stay in it for too long, take a tons and tons of damage. Can basically one-shot you, depending on how much hit points you have. Looks like one of my hirelings walked through it. Well, he had that coming to him. Okay, final room.
The sound of flapping wings comes from just beyond the closed door.
All the harpies in here.
Your eye is
If
drawn
possible,
to
try
the
to get them to the door.
that
So they're
dominates
forcing them down. I don't have to fight them
taloned creatures fly
on their
out
own
from
turf.
behind,
I'd rather them try
their
to
prey.
come and attack me. Yeah, they do this song that basically makes you freeze. Come on. Get closer. They really aren't that strong as long as you don't fight them on their own turf. Okay, so we'll leave that guy over there. And actually activate these traps, and they'll blast fire up into the air. I think it's able to hit them. Never actually tried it though. It makes sense to me though that that's the intention, but I could be wrong. I've never actually tested it. Hey, basically make sure that the puzzle is set up to the end first, because once it hits the end, the chest, the puzzle locks.
Throughout the valley, and from somewhere a voice whispers,
There's actually a very rare item that I really like that comes from this chest.
you feel a tingle of warmth that you have never
Not
felt
this,
in Barovia before.
but a quiver that gives you blunted ammunition, which is very good. Typical ammunition is piercing, and some things are very high resistance to piercing, so having the ability to bypass that with blunted ammunition is very important. Well, not bad XP. As soon as you pick up the reward, the cosmetic next to him resets, skull pops up again. Okay. I need to do my daily unofficial obligatory solo raid. So let's see a second. Intelligence, kind of low. What is the requirements for legendary Tempest Spine? Quickly checking to see what the stat requirements are. I might be able to get myself an item and do it. Tempest Spine. Where's legendary Tempest Spine? Legendary Tempest Spine. $50 intelligence, 40 intelligence. Yeah, no way. You get to 75 strength. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, strength's not a problem. Intelligence is a huge problem. Probably have intelligence items. Let's check a second. Bank. Where's the bank in this guy? Here's the bank. Dragging a whole bunch of stuff into my bank. Okay, so what do we need? We need intelligence. Sapphire, this thing's dexterity. Two-headed platinum coin is the intelligence one. Where's that thing? I know I have one. Trinket. Two-headed platinum coin. Fine. See how much intelligence this gives me. I am up to 36 intelligence. 36 intelligence is normal. What are the chances of me getting up to 50? Kind of slim. Never mind then. We're going to do it on Legendary Normal. The end. Eventually I should get all of my stats set up, so I should be able to do it on... Well, I'm hoping to try to do it on Legendary Elite. Yeah, but I'll first have to work out the rest of my gear before that happens. Legendary Tempest Spine. Here we go. Legendary Normal.
Drawn by the molten lava, blazing fire elementals patrol the caldera.
I could probably buff, but I think there's a lot of things over here who debuff you, which makes it pointless, so why bother? This happens to be my favorite path, the high ground, where you basically can avoid everything. Well, almost everything. You either jump through the lava over here, or if you take to the right, you can actually go through over the broken bridge and jump your way across.
And entrances scar the cliff face.
There you go. You can make it all the way to the entrance without ever stepping in the lava. Pretty cool.
Here in the belly of the mountain, the drow huddle together ahead, proof that they have returned to work with the giants. Deep imprints betray the presence of patrolling giants.
Shouldn't be too hard to do this on legendary legendary hard, except for my limitation of intelligence on this character. I don't feel like sorting it out right now. I probably can do it with things like getting stuff insightful intelligence, profane, exceptional, yada yada, the whole thing. But once I have all my main buffs on this character, so then I'll see how much intelligence I'm short, if I can squeeze it in. I know I have legendary profane intelligence gems, +4 intelligence, slotted into a moon augment item and get all the intelligence I need, so definitely doable. But I'm not set up for it right now. Anyway, so what we're doing right now is a raid, and this raid requires certain things, and one of them is to have a certain amount of intelligence. So, not that. This it says over here I need 36 intelligence. Well, I need 35 intelligence to pull this rune over here. It's a minimum requirement. The idea behind it is to force you to have a full party. So you have different party members, and each party member contributes by having, focusing on a certain ability. So that was what's behind that.
Signal crystal ignites, revealing a portal into an unknown area of the mountain. Lair of fire and ice. A barrier blocks the way to a treasure chest and an oddly shaped rune. The air swirls unnaturally with opposing currents of hot and bitterly cold air rolls across the
we've got two of these guys we need to kill at the same time. Well, close to the same time, so we're going to drag them together. On Heroic, you can just kill this guy and run and make it on time, but on Epic, I'm not sure. Come on. Follow me. You can drag this guy all the way into the fire room. It's kind of funny. Wonder why he doesn't melt when he gets to the fire room. Either way, I'm just very glad he doesn't like white out and get teleported back. Come on. You can do it. Fire and ice have to get it killed at the same time. Yeah. It would be nice if you take like small amounts of fire damage. If you take him into a hot room like this, but he doesn't. Or at least become like, get a debuff that makes him more vulnerable to fire damage. I don't know, something. Whatever, we're here just for this one rune.
Like two chests and an ancient rune.
By the way, after a few minutes, it respawns, so if you lose it, you can always come back here and pick up another one.
Lair of fire and ice.
Okay, now I'm going to go for the shortcut.
A deep hole offers no sign of egress, although a soft, cool breeze can be felt coming from below. Peering over the edge, you realize that a fall from this height would be devastating, if not deadly.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, so yeah, this shortcut over here,
Peering over the edge,
kind of, you enter the quest at a midpoint. There's a gate over here will require strength if it gets locked. But if you're quick, you can actually get past it without ever engaging with it.
Now scorpions
Okay.
and monsters guard this room.
Here come all the
Door across from the entrance looks
rust
recently
monsters.
used, as the dust at its base has been disturbed.
3 on each. There's 3 rust monsters on each side. Kill one, the second one will spawn in. Kill the second one, third one will spawn in. Last time I tried this on Legendary Elite, I actually died to these rust monsters, giving me some serious trouble. Okay.
A sudden breeze swirls the dust in this dim chamber.
Go. Got a beholder over here. Luckily, I'm immune to negative levels, so not immune to lag, but at least negative levels I am. Why does this beholder have 83,000 hit points? And now we face the boss. To do the boss, you first have to do the puzzle. Put the rune in place. Talk to this guy. Start activating this. Sorry if you can't see what's happening. I can't see what's happening either. Yeah, basically this jar pops up and I'm going to put the rune inside. And now I can kill the boss. Without it, every time it gets down to 50%, it'll fully heal. The other 2 runes, there's 3 runes in this raid you're supposed to get. One of them makes him immune to fire damage, another one just gives him, I think, huge damage reduction, and the third one is the auto heal. So the auto heal I can't defeat because I'll bring him down to 50% and then he'll just pop back up. I can't kill him fast enough. But the other 2 I can just ignore. It'll take me a bit more time, but we'll get him. Once he gets down to 50%, he'll try to knock me off the tower. So, but before that, I don't have to worry. Keep my back to the wall. Hopefully. Yeah, here we go. Yep, missed. He can shoot you in a we'll call it the long arc or the short arc or the tall arc. The long arc will just knock you back into the wall. The tall arc will make you fly up really high. As long as you like stay on this part of the map, close to the wall. Yeah, we're almost done. As long as things don't go terribly wrong, should be fine. Again, he tried to do it. Missed. There you go. Raid complete. And it took me 11 minutes. Not bad. As always, just in case you haven't seen it before, once this raid is complete, right next to the start of the raid, we'll open up this dimension door, which will allow anybody to click on it and teleport right up to the top. So yeah, if you get lost, find your way back to the start of the quest, and once the quest is over, click the dimension door and you'll be back up. And then we're done. Well, as always, the most important part of every raid is don't forget to turn in your raid. Exactly. If you get lost, D-door to the D-door. Perfect. Well, as I said before, it's been a very long week for me. And I haven't had a lot of times to stream, but I wanted to get one stream in at least. So, yeah. Well, thank you very much for being my guests on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, and hope to see you all in my next stream. Bye.